While playing Space Station, you may have seen doors set up like this. Some stations have doors that are set up like this by default, some stations do not have this. Also, you may have possibly seen a player set up something like this. Thankfully, setting up systems like this is actually rather simple. Setting up a cycling airlock system only requires something like a network configurator or a multi-tool. They both achieve the same thing. And to do this, it's really easy with one airlock. With the one airlock, you just left click on one and then left click on another, and you want to set the door status to bolt. So now I open this left door. When it is open, it will keep this door bolted, and once it closes, it will automatically unbolt the door. This is also true if you open it and force it close. It will update in real time. It doesn't like have like a timer or anything like that. So that automatically will let this side be safe to spacing the station, because you won't be able to open the door to space or whatever without that issue. However, we didn't set up the right door, so the left door doesn't bolt. This is also really easy with one airlock. You just do door status, door bolt, and now we have a cycling system. However, once you start getting to 2x2 airlocks, things start getting a lot more confusing real quickly, but I'm still going to include this because why not? This is a OR gate, otherwise known as a logic gate. You can craft logic gates in the G menu for 3 steel and 2 low voltage cables, and you can use a screwdriver to swap between the modes, but you need an OR gate in order to actually make this work. So with an OR gate, basically both of the doors need to be in their open state in order to bolt this door. So I already have it set up where if I open one door, it's going to automatically open this door. In order to do that, you just link the two together with door status open, and you do that with both of them. So top to bottom and bottom to top, you want door status open. This also prevents safety measures where somebody accidentally closes one door. It won't automatically unbolt the door because both inputs are not green. You can actually just watch it in real time. They're both going to close. You'll see the green pixels miss. Well, I unaligned them a little bit, but you can manually close it to fix it. You'll see the green input is not there. So just to make it more clear, I've unlinked the doors entirely. If I open just the bottom door, it will automatically bolt it. If I close it, it will unbolt it. If I open the top door, it will bolt it. If I close it, it will automatically unbolt it. If I open both doors, it will still keep it bolted. This is how you keep the doors safe. Now, this side's obviously not set up, but I can set up the gate in real time just to try to make this make more sense. I'll even rotate it the correct way. You have to anchor these down. And so just consider that these prongs are the door connections. You click the door, you click the OR gate. You want the top door to be the top prong. And then we're going to click the bottom door, click the door status, and put B. Now we want the output to go to both of these to do the same thing. You want the output to be the door bolt. So now, if I open one door, it will bolt these two doors. If I close it, it'll unbolt it. If I open the top door, it'll bolt it. And I managed to set them up wrong on the visualizer, but I think the point is still here. So that's one way to make a complicated airlock system. You could forego doing the OR gates, but then you risk the bolt system not cycling correctly. I will showcase that right now, what that looks like where if you don't do it this way. So we'll just do the system where the door status is bolted, door status bolted, and just like this, keep going, keep going. This lets you break the doors if you do it like this, where if they're all linked together. So if I open the doors, they're bolted, but if I manually close one door, it'll unbolt it. So people do that, and they will break the doors, and they'll get stuck in this weird cycling system where if you don't manually close it, it'll break. So the OR gate just makes it a little bit safer. And yes, it is confusing. It's complicated. You basically never see these actually built. Besides people who get bored and want to make more advanced systems. This one's also a fan favorite. You could use things like remote signalers or buttons or levers in order to toggle things like lights off. You just set up the light to press on toggle, and you can set this up for any light that you want. I'm sure you've seen this one as well. But if you ever wondered how people turn lights off, this is how. You can have all the lights in a room be set up to a remote signaler, where if you press Z on it, you can toggle the lights on and off. You can also do this with things like doors on a remote toggle, so you can toggle the lights to turn off when a door opens and turn them off when the light turns on. I think that should give you enough of an example to how to actually utilize this in real gameplay. It is also worth mentioning that you cannot cycle airlock doors that you do not have access to. I cannot open this door because I do not have the access. You'll even see there is a little button that pops up saying press refused to access or whatever is because I don't have the proper access to open this door. So don't think you could just go and like hijack doors that you do not have access to. And no, you cannot use logic gates to bypass this either. I have tried. There's other things you can set up with remote signalers, but this is really to just kind of get your feet wet with the more common things like lights and doors. You can set up remote configurators, for example, with like an air alarm in a door. So if the air alarm goes into danger, you can bolt the door. You also need access for that as well. You can't just do that as anyone. So it's not really trollable. So like I'm not too worried about sharing this information. People will troll with the lights, but I think people have already figured that one out in game anyway. But this is really just to kind of help you build stations or add on to the station in cool ways. Another thing you could do that's useful for hops is you could set both doors to always have the door status on closed, so both doors are linked to make sure that they stay closed. You could still end up leaving something open, like this, but if you were to open this window, it would automatically close the inner window. This is just helpful for making sure you help keep your windows closed. Somebody could still hop the door, for example. Like if you're the hop, somebody can still just open this window and get on your table, and you could close it, but it can help for if you like are just somebody who accidentally forgets to leave their window open. So say somebody on the other side of the hop line opens their window and you open your window. Well, you opening your window actually closes their window, so you could do this. You can open your window, close it, and then you're good to go. So when they open their window, it doesn't affect your window in any way. However, here's an example where if you leave your window open and the person opens their window and you forgot you left it open, it will close your window automatically. So it can add an extra layer of safety. This is also useful for like places like science and stuff. Just another example of what you could do. I could complicate this video further, which I feel like the OR gate is already pretty complicated, but it's just an example of what you could do with remote signals.